So the first thing, let's do what's inside the parentheses. What's 42 divided by 3? That's 14 plus, what is 2 times 6? 12. Parentheses first. Order of operation, PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition, subtraction, in that order. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you have multiplication and division 1 problem or addition, subtraction, we go left to right. So what's 14 plus 12? 26. Let's try another evaluate. 2 times 3 plus 5 squared. Notice there is no parentheses, but we do have exponents. So we're going to do the exponents first. 5 squared is what? 25. So if you rewrite that, 2 times 3 plus 25. I have to do the multiplication and division first. 2 times 3, 6. 6 plus the 25, 31. $360 divided by 30 plus 6 times 5. Now notice we have multiplication and division. We go left to right. We got to do this one first. 360 divided by 30. 0, that's 36 over 3, that's 12. 6 times 5, 30. 30 plus 12, 42. Again, I'm mixing stuff from all chapters. Simplify. I think we went to fractions after that, chapter 2. 36 over 42. What, can we divide them by anything? We can divide by 2. We can also divide by 6. By 6, this is what? 6 by 6, this is what? 7. You could have done it by 2, by the way. Notice if you did it by 2, you'll have what? 18. By 2 is 21. Now you can divide it by 3. By 3, this is what? 6. And by 3, this is what? 7. Either way, your answer is 6 over 7. But if you see the bigger number is quicker to get to the answer. $27 to 36. I know I can divide by 3. By 3, this is what? 9. By 3, this is what? 12. Can I divide by 3 again?
Yeah.
By 3, this is what? 3. By 3, this is what? 4. Or if you saw that, you could divide by 9 from the beginning. What's 27 by 9? 3. What's 36 by 9? 4. Five over 3 minus 3 over 4. Now, if you remember, when you're adding or subtracting fraction, what do you need? Common denominator, which is what here? 12, yes. So I need to make the bottom 12. How do we make it 12? You're going to multiply this one by 4 And you got to multiply this by what, 3 to make it 12? So 4 times 3 is 12. What's 4 times 5? 20. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3, 9. Now this is the same thing. So it's 20 minus 9. What's 20 minus 9? 11 over 12. Add 2 over 3 plus 1 over 5. Again, we need a common denominator, which is what? 15. I will have to multiply this by 5 to make it 15. What's 5 times 2? 10. I will have to multiply this by 3 to make it 15. 3 times 1, 3, that's 13 over 15. Can't simplify it. Another addition problem. My LCD here is what? There's one before the 54. 18, yes, Brittany. You can do the 54, will work, but it's not the LCD. It's a common denominator. So you multiply this by 2 to make it 18. What's 2 times 4? 8. Oh, I listened to you. I said 54. 18. Like what? You multiply the 6 by 3 to make it 18. What's 5 times 3? 15. Now 8 plus 15 is what? 23 over 18. If they say leave it a simplified fraction, this is it. But if they don't like it like this, they want a mixed number, then you go 23 divided by 18, which is what? 1. 1 times 18 is 18. Remainder is 5. So it's 1 and 5 over 18. This is simplified fraction, and this is mixed number. Three cube, evaluate 3 cube plus 1. Again, you got to do the exponents first. What's 3 cube? 3 times 3 times 3. That's right, Angelica. So what's that? 3 times 3? 9 times 3? 27. 27 plus 1, Jamie, is 28. 3 cube. 3 times 3 times 3. Yep. Multiply. Oh. Yep. It is. Now we're going to multiply these numbers. If you remember, I said multiply the numbers without the decimal point. 609 times the 6 when you drop all the decimals. What's 6 times 9? 54? 4 carry 5, 6 times 0, 0, 5 is 5, and 6 times 6 is 36. So my answer is 3, 6, 5, 4. Now wait a minute. We got to move the decimal point. 5 places. Start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should have been what? 0.0364. You got to move it 5 places. Why 5? 3 and 2 is 5. I'll make the story short here. These are 6 exam scores. And you scored these scores on them: 90, 80, 70, 100, 60, and 80. And what I'm looking for is, can you tell me what the average or the mean? The mean also means average. How do we find the average? Yes, add them all up. And divide by how many scores do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 90 plus 80, 170, and 70, 240, 340, 400, 480. So let's divide 480 by 6. 7. 6 times 7 is what? 42. How about 8? Yep, because that leaves me at 60. How about 8? It's too small. 8 times 6 is 48. It's an 80. 48, the remainder is 0. Bring that 0 down, that'll make it a 0. That's an 80. What is 75% of 300? And we can use any method. We can use x is equal 75% of means multiply, if you remember that, 300. You can do it that way. And you got to convert that 75% to a decimal by moving the decimal point 2 places. Is that what, 150 maybe? I mean 250? No, 225 could be. 225. If you don't like this method, you can use the amount to the base is the same as what? The number to 100. Remember that method too? I'm looking for the amount. The base always comes after of. And what comes after of? The 300. The number is always the percent. You can do cross multiply. 100A equals what's 75 times 300? 22,500. And to solve for A, we divide by 100. So you could have done it that way. Either way. Same answer. I like that method better, especially with the other problems. What percent? I'm trying to mix and match the problems, not even the same order in the book there, intentionally. what percent? If I use this one, n to 100 is the same as the amount to the base. N is always the percent. Do we know the percent? No, we're looking for it. Look for the word of, and what comes after of is always your base. So the base is 450. That leaves the amount to be what? 90. Process of elimination. Cross multiply. 450n equals what? Is that 9,000? To solve for n, you divide by what? 450? What's that, 20%? 20. Next one, we have a rectangular garden. It has a length of 15 feet, width of 5 feet, and I'm looking for the area. What's the area for rectangular shape? Isn't it length times width? 15 times 5, which is what? 75 in the unit square feet. There's always 2 on the top, square feet for area. The next question, multiply. Going back to fractions, because I know you love them. How do you multiply? Top times the top, bottom times the bottom. 1/10. Next question. We have a triangle. The sides are 3, 5.5, and 6.3, all meters. What's the perimeter? How do we find the perimeter? Add all the sides, yes. And if you want to stack them and add them, you can. That's 8.5, 14.8. I guess I did like fractions, addition, I keep going back to them. So what do we do here? To add, we need a common denominator. Do we have anything in mind? What's the LCD? What do you think? 24 is good. So I got to multiply this by 3 to make it 24. 5 times 3, 15. I will have to multiply the 6 by 4 to make it 24. 4 times 1 is 4. 15 plus 4, 19 over 24. Evaluate. Six squared minus 3 cubed. Six squared is what? 36. 3 cubed is what? Cube. Yes, I wrote square, but it's cubed. 3 cubed is 27. What's 36 take away 27? Is it 9? Let's see. We'll say, I'm just taking a basketball player, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, anyone, scored 91 points in 7 games. That's not many, so it can't be a superstar. The question is, what is his average? What is the average? Could be a lady, I'll just say the average. So how do we find the average? How many points per game? What do? We divide them, yep, 91 by 7. 1 times 7 is 7. 21 divided by 7, 3. 3 times 7 is 21. So the average is 13 points per game. As I said, it can't be LeBron James, Stephen Curry. These guys score 25, 30 points a game easily. Simplify. $25 over 30. Can we divide? By 5, this is 5. By 5, this is what? 6. 5 over 6. Solve. X over 6 equals 5 over 10. You have proportions. Cross multiply. 10x equals what? 5 times 6? 30, right? X will have to be 3. 30 divided by 10, which is 3. We're making progress. That's 21 questions so far. I wrote some questions down from the chapters. Subtract 3.001 minus 0.98. Again, if you want to subtract them, align the decimal point, just like if you want to add them. And if the numbers are not the same size, you can add zeros if you want to. 0 from 1 is 1. 8 from 0, you can't. You got to borrow 1 from this. This becomes 2, this becomes 9, and this becomes 10. 8 from 10, 2. 2. 9 from 9, 0. The dot is here. 0 from 2, 2. Is that what you got, Jamie? Okay. Find the decimal notation of 4%. Basically change from percent to a decimal. Percent to decimal. I said remember the alphabet when you do that. Where is the decimal in relation to percent? Where is the percent relation to decimal? To go from percent to a decimal, you have to go to the left 2 places. So the 4 doesn't have a decimal point, which means here. Move it 2 places to the left. What's the answer? 0.04. Find the fractional notation of 5%. Fraction. How do you go from percent to a fraction? What do we do? Percent to a fraction. Divide. Divide by 100. Then you simplify. By 5 this is 1, by 5 this is 20. 1 over 20. Question 25 doesn't apply to today because the temperature out there was 6 degrees. But let's say the last 8 days the temperature was, the temp was 40 degrees, 34 degrees Fahrenheit, 25, 48, 29, 22, 33, and 25 degrees. That's what we had the last 8 days. Find the median and mode. What'd you say, Angela? The mode is 25, correct. That's the most frequent one. So the mode is 25. So the answer to this is 25. What's the median? What I need to do first, put them in order from small to large, large to small. What was the coldest day? 22? Then what? 25. Then what comes after that? 29? 33, 34, 35. Wait a minute, 25 was twice, right? 34. Was that 35 there or no? There's no, okay. So 40. And what do we have, 48? The median is the middle value. Well, they're even numbers. You can't have a middle value. So we take the 2 middle numbers. We add them and divide by 2. $29 and 33 is what? 62? Divided by 2, which is what? 31, and that's your median. So the median is 31, the mode is 25. The key again is to put them in order for the median. We're almost done. Find the percent notation of 0.02. So you have a decimal number, you want to change it to a percent. Decimal, change it to percent. What do? Move it to the right. How many places? 2 places to the right. 2%, yes. Next one. What is the perimeter? Of a square with side equals 4 inches. So a square means what? When you see the word square, sides are equal. So the sides for the square be 4, 4, 4, 4. What's the perimeter? The perimeter, if you were to buy a fence to go on the outside, how many feet of fencing or inches you're going to need? So we add all 4 sides. 16 inches, not inches square, just inches. I have another rectangular shape of 30 by 40. And I'm looking for the area. What's the area equal to? So the area is what? Length times width. What's the length? 40. What's the width? 30. What's 40 times 30? 1200. Square. These were what? Feet? Yep. So it'll be square feet. Next question. Multiply. 8.9 times 1.3. So here we go. 89. I multiply them without the decimal. 13. 3 times 9. 27. 7 carry 2. 3 times 8. 24 and 2. 26. 1 times 9. 9. 1 times 8. 8. 7, 15, 5 carry 1, 11. And you're going to move the decimal point how many places? 2. Start from here. 1, 2. That will put it right there. What is 10% of 20? N to 100 is the same as the amount to the base. N is the percent always. The number after of is always your base. That leaves A as unknown. Cross multiply. 200 equals 100A. To solve for A, we divide by 100. A equals 2. I got about 3-4 questions and I'm done. Short ones. What time is it? We still got a few more minutes. We can finish it. Divide. 2/3 divided by 8/3. KFC, keep, change, flip. 2/3, change it to multiplication, keep the first one, change division to multiplication, flip the second one. 3/8. You can either simplify now or simplify later. If you opted to simplify later, 2 times 3, which is what? 6. 3 times 8 is what? 24. If you divide by 6, this is 1, that's 4. That's correct, Jamie, 1/4. You could also cancel the 3's here, and by 2's, it's the same thing. Convert 72 inches to feet. We make it a fraction over 1. Since inches on the top, you want inches on the bottom, feet on the top. 1 foot is how many inches? 12. That's 72 over 12, which is 6 feet. Two more. Convert 300 grams to kilogram. (300 grams over 1 grams kilogram). 1 kilogram has how many grams? A kilo is always 1,000. Always. So the G's will cancel. So what do we have? 300 divided by what? 1,000? 3/10, which is 0.3 kilogram. The last one now. Find the area. What we have is this triangle where this is 10 inches from here to here. And the height here is 15. So the triangle is this one. Find the area of this triangle. Well, the area of a triangle, if you remember, is base times the height divided by 2, or 1/2 base times height, either way. The base is 10, the height is 15 over 2. What's 10 times 15? 150 divided by 2, which is what? 75 inches squared. That's an area. So these are some of the problems I took out of the book trying to cover all the topics. I'll stop here.